Hi, everyone. I'm glad to see you on our live broadcast today. I'm sorry we're a little bit late. There were some technical difficulties getting this to work this morning, but I'm Morgan Delac, Chief Communication Officer for School District 15. I'm here with Mary Zara, the chairperson of the 1-5 Foundation. The 1-5 Foundation benefits the school district in many ways. They provide a lot of funding to make innovative practices possible in our schools through things that wouldn't otherwise be supported through the district's budget. And we are really excited to be here today to talk with you about all of the ways that the foundation supports us. And we are going to be joined very shortly live by Lincoln School students, and they are going to be showing us something that they have done with some funds from the foundation, to just so you can see exactly how foundation's funding is at work. So we are going to bring them up right now. They're going to be joining us here. Hello, Lincoln. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Great. Thank you for being here with us. So Lincoln School partnered with Whiteley School's physical education teachers, Andrea Rodino and Jen Musianti, to purchase some aerobic rhythmic drumming sets through the foundation's mini grant system. And they are going to show us how they have put this to work in the schools. So take it away, Lincoln.
I've been married long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? I've been married long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you
Great job, guys. Awesome job. That was very, very, very cool.
Thank you.
So we're gonna talk to Andrea and Jen a little bit about what made you decide to apply for a grant for something like this. What was it about this? How did you find out about it? Tell us about that.
Well, cardio drumming has been around for a few years, and we had looked at it. We'd seen it in magazines or in catalogs, and we've seen it online, and we're like, wow, that's a really cool program. Very expensive though, so it wouldn't fit into our budget. So we thought, what else could we do? And we looked into grants, and here we go. District 15 1-5 Foundation helped us out.
So you heard about it at some sort of convention? Is that what I heard? So this
the PE convention has a program that they promote. It was very expensive though, so we tried to figure out a way that we could do it more on our own, with still needing help as far as our budget goes. But the 1-5 Foundation help made it work for us.
That's great. So how is the process of applying for a mini grant? Were you aware of the process before you had this idea, or how did that work?
I had written a grant a few years back for brain gym activities for the classrooms, and I had won that. So all the classrooms at Lincoln have access to brain gym and brain break resources to get more activity into the students every day. So I have done it before, and I knew it was relatively painless and a good program to go through.
And tell me about the impact that this has had on your students. This is a very unique program that you've brought to the students of the district. I've heard great things, but I'd like to hear from you guys personally. What have the students thought about it?
Sure. Well, when I think about the impact that it's had on students, I kind of think of three different things. The first thing is student participation. So we use it to cover our standards of movement and rhythm and movement patterns. And so typically the PE department has done that through a unit of dance, which has been great, but it is difficult sometimes to get full participation. It's a hard one to put yourself out there and take a risk and do a dance. So aerobic drumming was a way to do those same standards without having that in there. It re-energized our students. We had 100% participation. They were super excited. They were so busy drumming that they didn't think about any of the movements in front of their peers. So it was fantastic. I can think of the highlight of the time when I did it was we had a 6th grade class that was leaving. And one of the boys said to me, "Mrs. Verdino, that was so awesome. I was a rock star." And I thought, yeah. They were rock stars. How great is that? So the participation and the enthusiasm towards those learning standards would probably be the first one. The second one for impact is when we wrote the grant, we had reached out to Valerie Lota, the music teacher at Whiteley, and Mandy Wise, the music teacher at Lincoln, and asked if they would be willing to collaborate and co-teach with us this unit because our standards do overlap. And of course, they were super excited about it, and they did. And so we were able to give a really meaningful unit that covered multiple standards in an authentic way. So I know for us at Whiteley, we covered muscular endurance and cardiovascular endurance during this unit. We talked about taking your resting heart rate and trying to get into a target heart rate. We talked about moderate to vigorous physical activity. Mrs. Lota, during the music portion of our unit, she worked on form. And so the kids were matching letters to the form of the music. So they knew exactly what drumming was happening at what points in the song. So we incorporated a ton of standards in a really meaningful, fun, and energetic and loud way. So it was great. And the last way that I really think of the impact is the number of students that we impacted with this grant. When we started writing it, Jen and I knew we would offer it up to the entire PE department. And so it hasn't just been at Whiteley and it hasn't just been at Lincoln. It's also been at 3 other elementary schools in our district. And there are 3 more that are signed up to have it for the remainder of the year. So it's not just reaching our particular students, it's reaching thousands of students across our district. So that made us really happy and excited.
Yeah, I was so happy to hear that too, that this is not just a grant for your 2 schools, that this is reaching much further than that. So that's just wonderful. So the foundation has been around now for 30 years, and this is just one of the innovative ways that they've supported our schools. Have you guys been directly connected to any other grants that the foundation has provided, or if you know of any other ones, maybe you could just briefly touch on the impact on something else that the foundation has funded?
Sure. This was the first one for me personally, but the process was so smooth, and we had support from the 1-5 Foundation from the very beginning all the way through to the end. So I already have my wheels spinning for how I can use them as a resource again. It's been fantastic. So it was the first for me.
I had written one about 8 years ago to get brain break and brain gym resources. I got a set for every grade level. So there's little videos and books with little quick exercises that the kids can do during their day in their classroom that will help refocus and re-energize and get more activity into every classroom.
Well, that's great. Well, your kids were so amazing. We very much appreciate you coming together and showing off what the foundation has done for your kids and for your classroom. So thank you very much for being here with us. We are going to go back to the district office. So thank you very much, Andrea and Jen.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So, Mary, we just visited Lincoln School. We saw directly how the money that the foundation has raised supports our classrooms. Let's talk now about other ways the foundation supports the classroom. We're going to go back into what other initiatives the foundation supports.
So the two other big ones this year we have besides mini grants, one is Lego Robotics, and it's actually Lego and Vex Robotics. We sponsor, every school has the opportunity to apply to the foundation to host a Lego team during the year. And then we cover all the costs for the Lego League, the cost of the league, the cost of the registration, the cost of the robots, the cost of the stipend for the coach that coaches the robotics teams. And students basically are designing and solving a real world problem with the robot. And then there's various competitions that they can enter where they have to present their research in an oral presentation. They have to defend what they found. They have to program their robots, and then their robots are tasked with this real world problem and actually timed on how well they can deliver during the competitions. They've been very well received in the schools. The competitions are exciting, and the kids are getting that hands-on, real-world application of robotics throughout the experience.
So tell me about the Rainbows program, which the foundation also supports. Maybe not known to many, but it's widely used in our district.
The Rainbows programs is a program that's near and dear to the foundation's heart. It's one of those programs that we know it's so important for us to have it, and we almost wish no one would ever have to use it. But the Rainbows program is put in place at the schools to help any child that's experiencing a loss. It could be a loss due to death, it could be a loss due to separation, to divorce, to incarceration, to a close family member moving far away unannounced. It's any degree of separation that a child feels that could cause the child any type of emotional trauma. Mm-hmm. And so we have trained service deliverers in each of the schools who serve as our rainbow counselors and coaches. We cover the cost of any and all the material and training for the Rainbows coaches throughout the schools. And that's something that's been on our radar for many years, and one we hope to continue well into the future.
So now you're in the middle of a very unique fundraising effort. 529 raffle is what it's called. It's the first time that the foundation is doing something like this. So this is a 50-50 raffle where the hope is that 529 tickets will be sold, and whomever wins that jackpot will get $26,450 if all of those tickets are sold. And the goal is for someone to use that money then to put it into a child's college fund, pay student loans, use it for some educational purpose. So tell us how this idea came about and how the raffle's going.
Okay, so in the summer, all the foundation board members got together for a summer retreat where we reviewed the past year, we set our annual goals, we talked about different ideas for fundraisers for the years to be able to meet the goals that we set. And the 529 raffle idea was born out of that. And so the 529, a little gimmick on 529 accounts, and also we will be holding the drawing for the actual winner on March 17th at 5:29 p.m. live on Facebook. So that's where that idea came from, and we do call it the 529 College Fund because being an educational foundation, anything we can do to enhance education, we're always going to do that. But the bottom line is, just in case there's anyone out there that doesn't have any children left to go to school, or you're done going to school, all those college loans are paid off. The bottom line is it's really a 50-50 cash prize. So there's really something in this raffle for anyone. As Morgan said, if we did sell the full 529 tickets, the winner would walk away with $26,500 minus some of the taxes that the federal government will take. Well. But it will be a cash prize for you to invest in any way that you do do
Right.
so
And the way you
choose.
enter is right here on the screen. You go to this website and you can buy your ticket. The tickets are $100 each. If that is too high of a number for you, which we have heard is the case and we understand, you can go in with someone or many people and buy one ticket or more tickets and split that prize however many ways that is
Right.
required. So that is an option.
Right. And right now we're close to, we have about 240 tickets sold. So guaranteed the winner's walking away with $12,000.
Yep. And once again, that winner will be drawn on March 17th at 5:29 p.m. on our Facebook page. So get your tickets now while you can still do that. So unfortunately, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty. I know that no one is able to comment right now. We would bring back our teachers to provide comment, but that's not going to be possible for this time around. But we hope you've really enjoyed watching and learning about the 1-5 Foundation and how you can make an impact in the classroom just by donating to the 529 Fund or to the foundation directly. You can visit 1-5.org and you can put a donation on the PayPal there, and your donation can go to the foundation that way as well if you're not interested in the 529 Fund. So the foundation, like I said, has been around now for 30 years. They have made a huge impact on our community, as you've seen in Lincoln School. Just one of the ways they've done that is through providing this aerobic drumming to our students.
Yeah,
And
we've been honored. It's almost $2.5 million over 30 years that we've been able to reinvest in our students and our staff. And that's just something that every member of the foundation, both past and present, is very proud of.
yeah, so once again, buy your tickets to the raffle. We will draw that lucky winner. We hope you learned something about the foundation. If you're watching this recorded, you can put a comment or question in and we will get back to you and comment directly on the Facebook page to answer your questions. So we hope you have a great day and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.